Every 36 seconds, someone in America dies from cardiovascular disease. But the warning signs begin years earlier in your extremities. You feel them right now. Constant cold hands, tingling toes, legs that violently ache when walking up a simple flight of stairs. Everything you have been told about cardiovascular decline is a dangerous half-truth. It is not normal aging. It is endothelial nitric oxide collapse. In 1998, 3 scientists won the Nobel Prize in medicine. They discovered the exact master molecule that keeps blood vessels wide and flexible. Backed by over 400 clinical trials, elite cardiologists now understand that vascular stiffness is a reversible nutritional deficiency. Stop. Wiggle your fingers right now. Are they cold? That is not poor circulation. That is vascular suffocation. The peripheral radiators are freezing because the main pump is forcing coolant through crushed, rusted pipes. There is a biological solvent, a specific golden paste that clears this internal rust and boosts blood flow by 54%. But if you make the number one mistake most people make, skipping a mandatory 10-minute activation window, you are swallowing useless powder. We will get to that exact protocol in a moment. But the real tragedy? The pills in your medicine cabinet are completely ignoring the true cause of this decay. You aren't an Apos. Tea just getting older. Your internal pipes are actively rusting. Let me show you exactly what is happening under the microscope. Consider the lining of your blood vessels. It is not smooth skin. It is a Teflon coating. When it is intact, nothing sticks. Nitric oxide is the continuous spray. The high-pressure lubricant keeps the pipes wide, keeps them flexible. It absorbs the shock of every single heartbeat. But without it, the Teflon scratches. Microscopic tears form along the arterial wall. Calcium and oxidized cholesterol rush in to patch the cracks. They harden. They crystallize. The sludge sets like concrete in your pipes. Cholesterol does not stick to a healthy pipe. It slips right past. It only catches when the Teflon is frayed, when the shrapnel of free radicals tears the wall. Your flexible arteries now have the elasticity of ceramic. The heart must pump harder. The pressure builds. The pump exhausts itself. Mainstream medicine tells you to lower your salt. They prescribe a statin to lower cholesterol. They are treating the sludge. They are sweeping the floor while the foundation of the house crumbles. Statins manage the debris. They do not fix the crushed pipes. They do not restore the Teflon. By your 60th birthday, you have lost 75% of your body and Apos' vascular lubricant. Read that number again. 75% of your nitric oxide is gone. The 1998 Nobel Prize researchers proved this collapse is the true root of cardiovascular disease. The master molecule vanishes. The pipes narrow. The heart strains against the rising pressure. Dr. Louis Ignarro and his colleagues documented this exact mechanism. Without the gas, the vessel clamps shut. Once you finally scrub these arterial walls, that mobilized debris has to go somewhere. If your biological filters are clogged, the sludge just resettles further down the line. There is an exact 3-seed hydraulic flush protocol required to eliminate this waste. I will show you that mechanism shortly. Standard medicine tries to patch the cracks. But what if you could pour a biological solvent down the pipes that dissolves the rust and expands the walls in under 2 hours? The secret is in your kitchen, but only if you know the 10-minute rule. The solvent is the triple pathway golden paste. It is not a supplement. It is an industrial-grade biochemical intervention. It relies on 3 specific compounds: garlic, turmeric, ginger. Together, they force nitric oxide production. They trigger hydrogen sulfide to relax the smooth muscle tissue around the arteries. They repair the torn Teflon lining from the inside out. The dosage is 1 tablespoon daily, taken in the morning with your first meal. But preparation dictates survival. You must take 2 cloves of fresh garlic. You crush them, and then you wait. Exactly 10 minutes. Why did nobody tell you to wait 10 minutes? The medical establishment focused entirely on synthetic intervention. They ignored the volatile chemistry of plant enzymes. Garlic contains a dormant enzyme called alliinase. When exposed to oxygen, it undergoes a violent chemical conversion. transforms into allicin. Allicin is the active compound that generates hydrogen sulfide in your blood. Hydrogen sulfide acts as a chemical crowbar. It forces the clamped vessels open. If you heat the garlic immediately or mix it into acid instantly, the enzyme dies. You get zero vascular benefit. You crush. You wait 10 minutes. Then you mix it with the ginger and turmeric. Ginger contains gingerol. It acts as a secondary biological vasodilator. It forces the ceramic pipe to remember how to bend. You must add black pepper, piperine. It acts as the transport vehicle. Without it, the curcumin in turmeric is flushed out of your digestive tract and used. You must bind this paste with a lipid to cross the intestinal membrane. Western protocols suggest extra virgin olive oil. But if your pantry looks different, cold-pressed sesame oil or raw mustard oil are mathematically perfect alternatives. They provide the exact lipid carrier vehicles required for deep tissue absorption. The curcumin enters the bloodstream. It extinguishes the smoldering fire in the endothelium. It halts the corrosion. The pipes are now dilating. The rust is breaking apart. Now you must flush the system. You use CCF Tea, cumin, coriander, and fennel. Half a teaspoon of each seed. Dry roast them in a pan until you smell the essential oils release. Steep them in hot water. This acts as the hydraulic flush. The kidneys are a mesh of millions of microscopic hydraulic filters. When the turmeric dissolves the plaque, that sludge enters the bloodstream. The fennel and cumin act as a diuretic solvent. They stimulate kidney filtration. They force the kidneys to open the valves. They force the mobilized plaque out through your biological waste management system before it can reattach to the Teflon. But you can destroy this entire architecture with a single mistake. Do not take empty-stomach spice shots. The internet will tell you to drink raw ginger and lemon before breakfast. Do not do it. In a 60-year-old digestive tract, the protective mucus lining is thinning. Raw spice shots burn through that lining. They cause microscopic structural damage. You will abandon the protocol from the pain. Always consume the paste with food. And then there is the cinnamon trap. You think adding cinnamon to your morning routine helps blood sugar. It does. But if you buy cheap cassia cinnamon, you are poisoning the very filter you need to save your heart. Cassia contains massive levels of coumarin. Coumarin acts as a direct toxin to your liver. You are pouring acid directly into the fuel tank. The liver is the master filter. If it fails, the rust stays in your blood. You must use Ceylon cinnamon. You now have the biological tools to rebuild the pipes. But how quickly will you feel the warmth return to your frozen hands? The timeline might shock you. Imagine waking up just 7 days from now. You walk down the hallway. You feel a rushing sensation of deep warmth returning to your fingertips. The throbbing ache in your calves is gone. You are walking up the stairs alongside your grandkids. You are not losing your breath. The primary pump is pushing blood through wide, clean, elastic pipes. Clinical data demonstrates blood flow improving by 54%. That 36-second clock loses its power over you. The ice-cold hands and tingling toes from before are gone. Your arteries are listening. Modern disease is not a biological error. It is an environmental poisoning. Your vascular system is not destined to harden into stone. Given the right biochemical keys, the human body is a self-cleaning, self-repairing engine. Now that your pipes are clear, you must address the pump. The heart muscle itself requires a very specific biological fuel. In the next protocol, we dismantle the one breakfast food that reverses everything you just learned. It sits in 90% of kitchens. Click here to discover the 3 foods actively destroying your heart muscle right now.